Okay, so we're making some fried deviled eggs, okay? And actually jerk fried devil is one of my specialties. You know, I do jerk fried chicken. I don't know if anybody else does it, but I know I do. And it's absolutely delicious. So right now we're gonna do it with the deviled egg. So all it is, we just take the egg, you just make it like you're making a regular deviled egg. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna coat it into a batter and then double dip it into some more flour and then just lightly fry it. And there goes your deviled egg. So today we're using free range eggs, okay? So free range, it means that they're supposed to be allowed to go outside and be out there and be happy and lay the eggs while they're happy. Whether they're doing that or not, I don't know. Normally I get it from my local farmer, but today we are not close enough to them. So we're just gonna go ahead. We bought these and hopefully, you know, they were made with love from the chickens, all right? So give me a couple minutes. Let me just get everything situated together and we'll get started. This makes a fantastic appetizer. One of the greatest ones, one of the best, one of the most delicious. You understand what I'm saying? I think you got the message. All right, couple minutes.
Chef Barlow is the champion cook in your town. Outside of skills, he's just fun to be around. Dependable and mobile, quick to reach your door. You lick your fingers and ask for more.
Let's get the easy part done and boil our eggs. You don't have to boil the water first. Some people do, some people don't. I don't. They need to boil for at least 8 to 12 minutes so that way we know that they'll be perfectly done. Okay? And then let them cool down and then we can get to the good part, the real exciting stuff. Okie dokie, so for the deviled eggs, let's just crack these a little bit. Gotta be careful with them. I hate when they stick like this. I've seen some tactics where I've seen them put them into some kind of bag and shake it up. And it's supposed to just peel it easy, but I just like doing it the old-fashioned way, man. I ain't got time for that. And that didn't work for me, so let's rinse that off a little bit. Get this membranes off right here, and we're good to go. Look at that. All right. So for the deviled egg, you just cut it in half, and the little yolk, we want to get that out. Okay. And here you go. That's how that works. Put these to the side. And do the same thing again. I'm not gonna, again, I don't like to bore people with peeling eggs. So I'm gonna just get these all off and then go from there. We keep this simple. All this is the egg yolk and mayonnaise. Some mayo in there. Sometimes I use like a Thousand Island and stuff, but we're keeping this very, very simple. And we're gonna add jerk seasoning. Okay. And this is Celtic salt, so we're just gonna add a little of this Celtic salt. I like Celtic salt, it gives it a more oceany flavor. And then just get this all mixed up and mashed up and see what we get out of it. Okay. Deviled eggs are real easy to make. Like I said, for this one, you could add what you call it, maybe some pickles, some dill, some relish, I don't know, any stuff, Scotch bonnet. Oh, you know what? It's a good idea. I'm gonna add some Scotch bonnet in this, guys. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Give me a second, let me go get some Scotch bonnets. So you know what? I'm gonna add some fennel. I have some fennel here. Let's chop that up. Put it to the side a little bit. Right? And get the fennel in there. And then this is the pepper we used before earlier. So get some of that in there, give it some more heat, some spice. All right, so we have fennel, Scotch bonnet, and jerk seasoning. Guys, this is gonna be delicious. Look at that. All right, that's that. And now we're gonna make the batter, because we gotta make a batter. And then we'll double dip it and then fry it, lightly fry it. We got some all-purpose flour. Oh, you don't need that much, because just dip in this. Now we don't want to over season this because the filling has a higher salt content because of the jerk seasoning. And then we got some smoked paprika. Okay. And some ginger. And a little bit of cornstarch here, okay? It's like a tablespoon of cornstarch. And of course, can't have a jerk fried chicken without jerk seasoning. Now, if you notice, I always use the dry seasoning when I make jerk fried chicken because the wet is overbearing and you don't want that. So we're just gonna add water to this, a little bit more. And we need this to turn into like a nice consistency, not too thick. And still a little bit too thick, so we need more water. Okay, and keep stirring. And then we're gonna put this into a quick dry. So we dip it in this. See, get them lumps out of it, just keep stirring it. If you have a whisk and a bigger bowl, it's a lot easier to do this, but what's our motto? We work with what we have. Shut up and just do what you have to do. And that's the thing, a way I like to cook, right? Because the reality is when you're cooking at home and you're cooking, a lot of times you don't have the actual ingredients that you need, right? So you can get creative and just use what you have and make it work. It doesn't always have to be the exact thing you need. All right? So that's the consistency we want. Let's try this. That's a consistency. All right, now this has basic flavor. It doesn't have a high salt because I don't want the crust to have a salt too salty, just because the filling has a higher salt content. You guys understand that? All right, I think I could use a little bit more hint of ginger in this thing. Just a little bit more. Okay, that's that. And let me go get the plate for the flour. Down here. This is just to do an extra dip. And with this, just a little jerk seasoning, guys. Jerk seasoning. Smoked paprika. Oh yeah. Okay. And the ginger. Now remember that jerk seasoning has salt. Again, I know I keep talking about the salt content, but you know, sometimes we like to over season stuff. It's just the way it goes. All right. So we have our oil warming up. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna take an egg, dip it in this batter, right? And then put it in the flour. That's it. So the reason to do this is just so it stays coated, man. That's it. We'll put this on a plate. So anytime I'm frying anything, right, I like to do one thing for sure. Make sure I dip everything, get it ready, and then let the flour sit on whatever it is I'm about to fry. Okay, for at least 5 minutes or so. So that's what we're gonna do. Again, I won't bore you, so you don't have to watch this whole thing, me doing this, all right? There you go. So these are the coated deviled eggs, and this is how I like to have them. Okay, just nice and neat. Let's get this So we're just gonna wait for our oil to heat up a little bit. And we're gonna deep fry these suckers. And we're good to go. The oil is warmed up. And let's get these bad boys in. I like to put them face down. And remember, oops, we're not cooking these again, we're just getting a crust on them. Okay. Face down first for me. And you can put them face up, doesn't matter. You know, when you're used to doing something a certain way, you just stick with it. All right, that's these things. And they're gonna fry for like 2 to 3 minutes. Oh. On each side. It's actually better to really like deep fry these, but we had made some bammy bites earlier, so I just use the same oil. If you really would just deep fry this, throw them in a deep fry. Oh, or you could use your air fryer if you have one. The air fryer works really well with these too. Okay, they're looking pretty good. Now the thing about them, you have to let them cool down. But see, it's nicely fried. And let them cool down, and then we'll put the filling. And then they're ready to eat. These got to eat right away. You don't want to make these sit on too long. They want to be somewhat warm right away. Delicious. So these have cooled down. And all we do, like how you do every other devil egg, just spoon feed them in. That's it. Spoon feed them in. Now remember, this filling is salty, spicy, and delicious. We're finished here, and these are good for any occasion. So I added bacon to it. You could put smoked salmon, whatever you feel like, to however you do your deviled eggs, like I told you. There you go. Absolutely beautiful. Here we go, we finished. Of course, I topped it off with some bacon because you can't go wrong with bacon. But guess what? I'm not giving this to nobody. I'm not sharing with anybody. This is all for me. And if you want any, you have to make your own. No. Done. Oh my God. That is delicious. You gotta try it. And don't forget to check out my next video and all my other videos. One love.